Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're an international student in the UK or planning on coming here soon, one thing you're probably already thinking about is how to earn some extra cash. So in today's video, I'm diving into the best part-time jobs for international students in the UK, what they pay, where to find them, and even a few extra tips on how to earn more on the side. If you're new, I'm Ashika and I talk about moving across the world to work or study, and with that, let's dive in. Now, here's the thing, life in the UK can be amazing. But let's be real, it can also be pretty expensive. Between tuition fees, rent, grocery, transport, and social life, the costs add up quickly. And that's where part-time jobs come in. Working part-time not only helps cover your basic expenses, but it also gives you some real-life experience in the UK and helps improve your English skills and lets you meet people outside your university. As an international student on a student visa, you're allowed to work up to 20 hours a week during term time and full-time during holidays. Of course, these rules depend on what course you're doing in the UK. So, what kind of jobs can you actually get in the UK? Let's check out the top 5 from the lowest to the highest income potential. But before we dive in, the one challenge that most international students face in the UK is in terms of accommodation, because quality accommodation is less and rooms with issues are more. If that's a challenge you're facing or something you're worried about, you should check out Amber Student, which gives you access to good quality properties close to all major universities and across all price points. And one of their best features is that many of their properties don't require a local guarantor, so you can use someone who will vouch for you back at home, and they don't have to be based out of the UK. Some properties don't even require a guarantor, so that's a huge relief. And it ranks very high on Trustpilot, with more than 1 million students opting for the same. If you use the link I've shared in the description, you'll get access to some of the best offers available right now. Now, starting off at number 5, we have retail assistants. The hourly pay is £9.5 to £11 an hour, and you can find these jobs on high street stores like Primark, Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Marks and Spencer's, just to name a few. How to find these jobs? Well, check websites like Indeed, Total Jobs, or walk in and ask for openings. Here's a couple of things you should keep in mind though. This involves shift work and especially on the weekends, so you might not always have free weekends to hang out with your friends or to catch up on that college work. It also requires standing for long hours and good customer service skills. At number 4, we have waiters or waitresses or baristas. The hourly pay is anywhere from £10 to £12 an hour plus tips. And you can find jobs at most cafes, restaurants, bars like Pret, Costa, and Nando's. How to find these jobs? Well, it's simple. Head over to caterer.com, Gumtree, or ask in person at any of these outlets. What you do need to keep in mind is it's often a fast-paced environment, so you will have to match that environment. Busy areas also come with high tips, so that's something to look forward to. But on the flip side, you often work in shifts which can very often go late into the night. At number 3, we have customer service executive roles. The average pay is around £11.13 an hour, depending on high demands and location. And if you're looking for these roles, you can find them anywhere in most cities. Where to find these roles? Well, you can apply with Manpower, Adecco, Hayes Recruitment, Michael Page, and Randstad. But do keep in mind, you would need good communication skills to land up with these roles. You would also have to have strong problem-solving skills and attention to detail. And most importantly, with any customer service role, you'd have to be patient and calm. At number 2, you have university campus jobs like library assistants or student ambassadors. The hourly pay is anywhere from £11 to £13 an hour. And the best part is you get to work at your university. Now, you find these roles on university job portals, career services, the offices, or your student union. What you would need to keep in mind is that they're flexible and student-friendly hours, which is great. It looks great on your CV, but do remember that these jobs get filled really quickly, so it's important for you to apply quickly. And at number 1 is tutoring or freelance work. Now, the average pay is anywhere from £15 to £30 an hour, which is a lot, and sometimes even more. Now, something to keep in mind is there are online tutoring options as well, like MyTutor, or you can work with Fiverr or Upwork. And if you're looking for this, you can sign up on tutoring platforms or freelance sites to get started. Do keep in mind that you should ideally stick to subjects that you already know or have a native language strength in, so that you can help other students. And this would require good communication skills and sometimes prior experience as well. It's also great for remote work from home, either your dorm or your flat. Now, you might have noticed that I skipped a lot of roles that you might have heard others mentioning that you can do, and there's a reason for it. As an international student in the UK, you cannot be self-employed. Now, being self-employed doesn't only mean opening your own startup, it also includes selling your products or services for a profit. When you are a delivery driver, for instance, it's classified as working for yourself because technically, you're not employed by the delivery company. So here's the thing, you aren't allowed to do it legally in the UK while you are on a student visa. You can't sell your products on Etsy, you can't be an entertainer or a musician or a coach. Basically, you can't take up gigs for money. Now, some students still go ahead and do it, and it's all up to luck, to be honest. If you're lucky, you get away with it. If you're unlucky, you get caught. The other thing is, if your income is more than £15,000 a year, the Home Office might get in touch with you to find out the means of your income. Now, technically, there's no cap on how much you can earn. But if your earnings are more than £15,000, they'll probably suspect that you're taking up freelance gigs, and then you could either be slapped with a fine or have your visa revoked, or both. So think very carefully about what kind of gigs you want to do to make that part-time money. While it's great to have an additional source of income, you need to figure out if it's worth risking your visa or a fine. So there you have it. The best part-time jobs for international students in the UK and how to earn that little cash on the side. And while working while you study can be a game changer, it is also important to balance your academics because you're finally here in the UK to study and get that degree so you can get a job after that. So don't let your studies suffer at the expense of a part-time job. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. Thank you for watching and see you next time.